The folks that did not panic at the end of '08, beginning of '09, the rest of '09 recovered quite well. 10 was very good. Last year was sort of a break-even kind of year. You've made that money back. So yeah, unfortunately, it's a tough thing. It's an individual decision that you have to make at your different points in your career as to how aggressive you're willing to be. I spoke to a gentleman just recently. He's 100% in the 2050 fund. He's like 70-something years old and already retired. Well, let it ride. But see, that's another reason why I can't give individual advice in a group setting like this. Because I don't know his whole portfolio. I don't know what other investments he has. That's a good sound financial advisor is going to need to know that information. They're going to need to know your risk tolerance level and all those sorts of factors that come into play. I spoke to a gentleman just a while ago outside here. He said he has rental properties. That's other income he's probably going to get money from in retirement. Everyone differs in all that, in that sense. So it's difficult to really, I got to walk that fine line without giving advice, but you can encourage folks to, be as aggressive as you possibly can to give yourself potential gain. But you have to understand your point, your status of your time horizon, where you're at in your career and so forth. And you take that risk yourself. So a few other things I guess I should run by you folks. The statements, actually you just received this annual statement. If you're still getting the paper form, if you've opted out of the paper form, you can still go look at it and download it from the website or have that PSR on the thrift line send you a copy of that for you. Quarterly statements, you will only get the first one you're eligible for. And then subsequent ones, you have to go look at them online and print them up yourself. These are actually all being revamped for Roth, of course. So they'll be different, they'll look different. There'll be some added features on those forms to help you track your account and so forth. There is a loan program. I'll briefly talk about that. There's a general purpose loan and a residential loan that you could loan yourself part of your TSP account. You're actually going to take money out of your account and you're going to pay yourself back with interest based on the G fund. It's really low, like 1.5% this month. You can have one of each of these at the same time, but not more than that at any single time, one of each. Now, this is something you are taking money out of your account and you're paying yourself back. So the money that's coming out of your account is no longer earning anything for you. As you put it back in, of course, it starts to earn again. So that money is actually leaving your TSP account in a loan. 1 to 5 years and 1 to 15 years is the time to pay off a loan while you're in an active pay status. Meaning if you leave service, if you leave civilian service, military service, you've taken out a loan, whatever the case may be, we deal with this quite often in the DC area, also with changing administrations and so forth and so on. We get a separation code from your agency or your service that means you're going to get a letter from us. It's going to say, hey, you're separated in our system now. You now have 90 days in which to pay off portions of or the remaining balance of that loan. Otherwise, that portion will be taxable income. And potential early withdrawal penalties could kick in with IRS if you're not 59 and a half or older. So there's some other issues there. So make sure you go to our website and get the loan booklet, read up, call us up, ask those PSRs about the loans before you submit documentation for that loan. That's the taxable distribution right there. There are in-service withdrawals. You can take financial hardship withdrawals. This really should be a last resort issue that you're going to take out. Really call us up, get the hardship withdrawal booklet off the website, read up about it. There's 4 types of reasons you can take this out. But this is a withdrawal that's coming out. There are serious tax consequences with this and potential early withdrawal penalties. It would be for medical purposes, legal purposes, for divorce and separation, for negative monthly cash flow, and for personal casualty loss situation like tornado hits your house, flooding, things like that, insurance issues that don't cover everything, those sorts of issues. and you have to cover the rest, the other portion that's not covered. That's like a personal casualty loss situation. So get that booklet. Age-based withdrawals are for those folks who are at least 59 and a half or older. You can only do one of these in a lifetime. It's a way of tapping into part of your account or your vested account balance. You would withdraw this money once again. Obviously, you're 59 and a half or older, so no early withdrawal penalties with IRS, but there will be tax implications there. It is taxable income, so you will be including that on your taxes for that particular year. These are all the post-service withdrawal issues that kick in. For small amounts, there's an automatic cash out that we automatically have to send you. If your account just has $200 or less, we automatically have to send you that account balance. No withholding, no early withdrawal penalties. We already discussed when you have to start taking your money out and the combining of the accounts. There is also another partial withdrawal option. If you have not done a full withdrawal election in post-service, you have a partial withdrawal option where you can tap into part of your account, have that money sent to you, transfer it, transfer a portion of it. You have options there. You will lose that partial withdrawal option in post-service if you've elected one of those age-based in-service withdrawals. It's one or the other. So if you ever did an age-based, you do not have this option of a partial withdrawal option. It's one or the other. And there is no age requirement for the partial withdrawal. It's just an option that kicks in once you are a separated employee. And then, of course, your three options within the full withdrawal election. You have a single payment option. That's simple. You can say, hey, send me part of my account or my whole account as a single payment. Now, this is the area that a lot of folks also make some pretty big mistakes. They get a little bit too anxious in retirement or separation. They say, give me all my money. Send me that check. Well, once you send that form in, elect a single payment, 100%, send it to me, what do you think we do? Exactly that. We send it to you. Check comes to you, minus 20% withholding for taxes, tax withholding, and that's all taxable income. And this is not a reversible decision. Unless we make a mistake or give you bad information via that thrift line, which are all recorded lines, anytime you make an election to withdraw money and it's processed properly, the law does not allow us to reverse that decision. I'm dealing with a lady right now who has that very situation who wants to send the money back, and we just can't accept it because she just said, give me all my money. So unfortunately, that's just not a reversible situation. So call us up. Once again, there's a withdrawal booklet on the table outside. You can get that on the website and find out what your options are. That's another thing I find more often than not. Folks don't realize that they actually do have more than just that single payment option. You can elect monthly payments. You can say, hey, start sending me $1,000 a month, $2,000 a month, whatever the case is. It has to be at least $25 a month. You can start just monthly payments, and you can change that amount each year for the following year. You could also tell us, hey, I want monthly payments, but I want you to go ahead and compute it based on the life expectancy tables using those IRS tables. There's two tables they use, and it will automatically compute the amount each year. That will change based on your December 31st account balance from the previous year, and you'll get those payments for that year. So the monthly payments option has some flexibility also. And then there is a third option, which is a TSP life annuity. This is where you'll take a portion of your account, at least $3,500 you have to use. You would actually select the type of annuity you want, either a single life, a joint life with a spouse, or a joint life with someone who has an insurable interest in you. And then within those types of annuities, you can also select some features like a cash refund feature, or a level payments feature, or a survivor benefit with the spouse, either 50% or 100% survivor benefit. So there are features there also. That money will leave TSP. it will go to MetLife or whoever the provider is. It's MetLife. It's always been MetLife. They have the contract at this present time. So you would be able to select that. What I do find occasionally is some folks will confuse this TSP life annuity with other benefits, such as that OPM annuity, the FERS or the SERS annuity, or any other annuity you have out there, or your military pension or something like that. Some folks, believe it or not, will confuse this TSP life annuity with those other sorts of benefits. Those are separate. Keep those separate from TSP. I often remind folks too that your OPM annuity or your military pension or Social Security, if you're eligible and you're getting that, those are all separate entities. They're all part of your overall benefits package from employment or from service, but they do not really affect TSP in any way. TSP is separate. They all have their own rules. The TSP3 form that you submit to us to designate a beneficiary, that comes directly to us. It can be anybody you want. You just have to put two witnesses' signatures on that form. And those witnesses can be anybody. That's one big difference. You don't have to tell your spouse who's on that form and things of that nature. Yes, ma'am.
Can I set up a trust fund? Let's say, I want to leave it to these three kids of mine, nieces and nephews. But I want it to be, I don't want them just to get the money and their parents spend it.
Right.
Can you do that with the
You can set up a trust, and you would just put down the trust on that TSP3 as your beneficiary.
And who would take care of that?
Who would take care of the trust?
Yeah, like after I...
Wherever you go ahead and get that trust set up for them. But you would have to make sure that you put that trust down on the TSP3 as your beneficiary, because we pay out to whatever's on the TSP3 on file, or we pay out in the order of precedence. That's the only two ways we pay out. We do not honor wills or anything like that.
Okay.
So it's either we look for a 3, if there's no 3 on file, then it's the order of precedence.
Right.
Your spouse, children, parents, estate, next of kin. So make sure you keep that up to date, and that comes directly to us. So I think I covered just about everything. I'm being told to wrap up. I know I had to go over time because...
It was very good.
I'm just going to keep talking until they kick me out of here, basically. But I think I covered a lot. I mean, trust me, folks, I do these briefings sometimes for 4 or 5 hours and still don't cover everything for folks. Make sure you just keep up to date on this. Don't be afraid to call that thrift line and ask questions, or go on our website. Everything's located there. But just don't make any hasty decisions and just go and send forms in, because then you run the risk of, once you submit a form, we can't help you there. We can't reverse those decisions. So I hope this cleared up some stuff, especially with Roth. And I thank you guys for having me today.
Thanks.